Josh Emmett took some criticism for celebrating his knockout of Bryce Mitchell. I did not see that. Or at least that is not how I saw that. I acknowledge when he landed the shot and realized he succeeded. Oh, by the way, by finish. Oh, by the way, early. I mean, this is every fighter's dream. It very seldomly happens, but not to mention Bryce Mitchell. That's a tough night out. I imagine there would be some relief and some excitement, and I would imagine that relief and excitement were well earned and deserved. But that was momentary at best. When Bryce was still down, I saw Emmet, particularly when Bryce even looked like he went into like a convulsion, I saw Emmet get down on his knees and pray. I didn't see anything there that was anything less, first off, than ordinary. And then when things went from bad to worse, I saw a gentleman. I thought that criticism was very unfair. And when you're talking about Josh Emmett, what do you do now? I mean, where do we go? Has Josh Emmett made everybody care? Like, I feel very compelled to come out and defend him because he did not rub it in. He did not overly celebrate. He wasn't happy that somebody was hurt. He defeated an opponent, and that was a very brief celebration, so I feel very compelled to defend him. The other side of it is, I am happy that there is some news and media on Josh Emmett. That is not something that generally follows Josh around. That's just not a piece of this that he either enjoys or understands or embraces, right? Any combination of those three, and possibly all three. So, something there needs to change. And I am wondering, are you now interested in Josh Emmett? Like, that would be my question to you. But I'm asking you that question because my producer Ryan asked me the same question. And I have followed Josh's career, so I'm not a Johnny-come-lately that needs to get on board and get interested. This guy got my attention 3 years ago. But if I was to answer the question that I was asked, I gave myself a litmus test, which is, are you yearning and dying to see Josh's next fight? And if so, who do you think that should be against? And no, I don't have an answer for that. I don't have a potential opponent. Now, that would be Josh's job to get us interested, to do a call out, to go in a certain direction. You guys might remember, Josh became the #1 contender to fight Volkanovski. That was said. Now, #1 contender, it's just something you say. It's just something you say. But this happened on a Saturday, and the very next weekend, Rodriguez was fighting Ortega. So, to add a little flair to that fight, made that a #1 contender fight. Well, we already have a #1 contender. His name is Josh Emmett. As a matter of fact, he's in the building tonight. So, Yair comes out the victor in that match. And, I mean, that was another one of the marketing misses that I've seen in a meaningful amount of time. Yair Rodriguez goes to the ground with a jiu-jitsu black belt. Yair Rodriguez attacks the arm with a submission. The moment that threat ended, the arm that was attacked was damaged and the fight had to be stopped. That's a submission. Any way you look at it, that is a submission. But that isn't what got ruled. And before I actually go and look and see how the commission wrote it down and how Sherdog recorded, I must admit for you, I don't know. But I do know that isn't what happened, at least according to the announce team, at least according to any audience member that was watching. It's not what happened to any fellow opponent. It's not what happened according to the principals in the contest, red corner, blue corner. So I bring that to you because if Rodriguez had successfully submitted Brian Ortega from the ground in the very first round, he would very clearly become the #1 contender. But because the story wasn't told that way, there was something else. There was a mishap. There was And now it goes up in the air. Well, who's going to be the number one contender? Are we going to give it to Rodriguez? Sure, he won here tonight, but, did he really? It was this weird match. Versus Josh Emmett, who did it a week ago, and we said that was a number one contenders match, but he has done absolutely no media sense, and I mean none, zero, nothing, that you would need to put somebody into a main event of a title fight. So what do? And nobody had these answers. Like there isn't some great, right? You don't like go to the wizard at the end of this and ask him, and he goes, well, here's the answer and what. Nobody knew what to do. It was a mess. It was a mess because both of these, who are studs, by the way, Emmet and Yair, these are studs that had awesome performances. But they didn't do anything that made you think they were going to bring attention to a contest. And Volkanovski himself came out. And he said, neither one of you guys has made it clear to anyone that you should be the guy. Yair, you know that Josh, 1 week ago, was told the same thing that you were told tonight. Both of you know you've been told the same thing. So now one of you must step forward, and neither of you has, so why don't you two just go fight each other? This is what Volk said. And when we had no clarity because we couldn't walk the yellow brick road and get to the wizard, as soon as Volk said it, we all go, oh, yes, that's the answer. Good job, Volk. You two, go fight each other. It's exactly what happened. And so what do? I mean, what do you do? Where would you put him? Where would you put Josh? This is a top guy, man. He just fought for a world championship. This is a top guy. He's still a main card because he's so exciting. He just got an of the night bonus. He just got a first round KO over a dude that's beating up 14 other dudes. He's really, really good. And where the media somewhere went was that he was inappropriate for what? For what? And again, I mean, it's marketing 101. Define yourself before your competition does it for you. And there was no pushback by Josh. There just wasn't. That just isn't a piece of him. That's just not a built-in mechanism. But he's exciting, and he's really good, and he's got a nice ranking. He's a main card draw. So I'm asking you guys more interested in him now than you were? And if you're going to say, yeah, I'm really interested in him, you've never been really interested in anybody and not had in your mind an opponent for them. Oh, God, I love seeing that guy. He's my favorite fighter. Okay, great. Who would you like to see him fight next? You would always have an answer. So if you said yes when I asked you if you're interested in Josh Emmett, then please tell me, who would you like to see him face next?